I finally bought it! This is one of my favorite Hero Factory sets ever, and let me tell you why I love it so much in this video. I'll also share some ways that you could use the pieces that come in this set in your own LEGO creations, and maybe we'll check out a cheeky revamp of this MOC as well. Alright, let's dive in. Bulk and Vapor, baby. What a great set! You get your boy Bulk, who actually kind of already released in the exact same year in a separate set, but now he's upgraded and 1,000 times cooler. He's got 2 blaster arms. Yes, it's literally just Stringer's blaster arm and they've slapped it onto Bulk. Is that a cheap and lazy move? Maybe. But does it look cool? Absolutely. I don't care if they could have made a brand new arm design. This looks awesome. You can't go wrong with sick dual blaster action. 2 weapons, amazing. I mean, even just the subtle upgrade of adding in that little orange tube and this jetpack on the back, it's turned the awesome 1.0 build into something way, way cooler. Bulk has never looked better. And Vapor, my boy Vapor. He also has some dual wielding action going on with his 2 blasters, and they also have some awesome Zamisphere launchers, which is always a very fun thing to shoot around and play with. Now, his first claw arm looks great, got some nice armor to it, could possibly double as a bit of a shield. So, you know, good stuff, good stuff. But the other hand, it's got some more blades to it. And they actually can pose rather nicely as well. They can close or they can open, and the blaster can actually move codependently to the blades. It's the perfect tool for, grabbing Bulk in the classic pincer maneuver. Brilliant stuff. Both of these fine lads look just awesome. But one big thing that contributes to why I love this set so much is that you get a beautiful 2-for-1 deal. You get Bulk and Vapor in the one set. LEGO never really released many construction sets where you had the good guy versus the bad guy in the one set. Which is a surprise, right? I mean, it's such a great concept with so much room for play. Think about it. It's the perfect prompt for play. You know as soon as you buy that box that there's one hero and one villain, and you can live out an epic battle between these 2 sworn rivals. Anytime you get 2 figures in one box, it's a good set. I mean, there's something so electrifying and exciting about the established relationship between the characters that appear in a 2-pack like this. I mean, even some Star Wars sets, for example. A rebel fighter versus Darth Vader himself. Mandalorian warriors fighting against the re-emerging Empire. You want to know what happens in that fight. You want to see that story play out. This set has that same level of energy to it. It just fills me with glee. It's the perfect concept for a toy. It invites you to want to play with it. It invites you to want to buy it. I wish LEGO did more stuff like this. I love 2-pack sets. A lot. So yeah, man, this is a perfect set. But let me read you something that I read on the wiki article for this set. It's interesting, but also a little heartbreaking. The set 7179 Bulk and Vapor was originally supposed to be called 7179 Thresher and Vapor. And the model of the hero was supposed to come in green instead of grey to represent Thresher. But the model of Thresher got changed to Duncan Bulk due to unknown reasons. This is also the reason why Duncan Bulk comes with a sonic boom weapon, since Thresher also uses that weapon. Oh, what could have been? Thresher, if you're not familiar with him, was a notable character from the Hero Factory movies and other related media. Physically, he is literally just a green version of Bulk. And man, how cool would it have been if we actually got recolored Bulk pieces that came in green? I mean, one of the coolest parts about this set is the fact that you get Rotor's mask in blue. Recolored masks open up so many doors for mocking potential, and Hero Factory very rarely gave us recolored masks. And that was such a staple for Bionicle, right? And think of all the awesome mocks that have come out of those recolored masks. So yeah, anytime we could get recolored pieces, it was a real treat, so it's such a shame that we just didn't get that in this set. Oh well, look, rest in peace, Thresher that could have been. You would have turned this 10 out of 10 set into an 11 out of 10 set. Anyway, this set is still great. But how can we use the pieces that come in this set in our own LEGO creations? Well, Vapor comes with 2 of these beautiful blue Ben 10 leg pieces, and Joxon has used them very well on his MOC, the Roadhog. Obviously these work very well for upper legs because, LEGO designed these to be upper leg pieces. But in this context, they look a lot like clothing. The texture of these pieces start to mimic jeans. So yeah, it's implemented into this build very well. It paints the perfect picture of a more stereotypical biker attire, wearing jeans like this. So yeah, a great way to use this piece. Now, I mentioned Vapor's brilliant blue mask before. It's such a pretty mask, and Matt Goldberg has used 2 of this mask piece as shoulder armor. For a MOC with big, bulky armor, it is the perfect addition. It pads up the armor, and it just looks lovely. It's so good. Vapor also has two of these blue spike elements. They also appear in Lime on the set Corroder. Now, Loaf Builds' mock here, Kapow, uses these very elegantly, and sure, these aren't the blue version, this is the Lime version, but you could do this exact same technique with blue pieces. So yeah, using them as a bit more of a statement piece here is very smart, because how nice do these look if you use them as this interesting kind of shoulder pad design? I really do like how that looks. You also get Bulk's mask in this set, and if you bought the standard Bulk set that also came out this year, or a little later on you got Breakout Bulk, then you might have two of this mask. So you could do something very similar to Kurosawa's mock that depicts Shockwave. The upper leg design here uses two of these Bulk masks, and they look great here. They tie into the overall armor design very, very nicely. It's always good to see masks used outside of the context of an actual mask and seeing it as armor instead. Now, Vapor comes with two of these black Hero Factory armor pieces. Wombat Combat Pictures has built a mock that uses one of these pieces. If we look at this build from behind, we can see that the back armor is using this piece. Yes, it's using this piece in grey, but again, you could build this with black. So yeah, if you've got some of these pieces lying around, maybe you could use it for a funky back design. You also get this lovely scope piece. Now, Matt Goldberg has used this on his Matoran Gatling turret. And mate, this piece is the perfect finishing touch to building a brilliant weapon. You could use it on a turret, or you could use it on a larger blaster, or a sniper rifle, or whatever. No matter how you use it, it's gonna look pretty good. So if you're designing a weapon, this is a must-have. And finally, Vapor comes with this awesome curved blade. It works pretty well as a weapon, obviously, or you could use it as a foot design, like Marco has done here. Now, these don't actually come in Lime like we can see on this mock. This is a digital mock, so he's changed the colors a little bit. But hey, this foot design is still awesome. You could do exactly the same thing with the silver version. So next time you're stuck on a foot design, maybe you could do something funky like this. Now that we've seen all the different ways that you could use these pieces in your own creations, let's look at how you could potentially revamp Bulk and Vapor. Well, Jox Builds has built an incredible revamp of both of these characters. It's always lovely to see a revamp that packs in even more detail and brilliant techniques than the set itself had. Like this new beefed up Vapor, for example. I adore these pistons on his torso. The fact that these pieces naturally have metal springs in them, it makes for the coolest aesthetic ever. I mean, that entire torso just looks brilliant. As do these upgraded blasters as well. This image here shows you what they look like before and how they look now that they're a bit more bulked up. Oh, man, these look so good. Yeah, Jox Builds just did such a good job modifying Vapor. And he did an equally good job on Bulk too. Some of these shots here where we can see some of these trans light blue Marvel effect pieces so that it looks like Bulk is really flying. That looks amazing, and you could easily do that with actual pieces. This isn't some special thing that they've done in the digital plane as they build this. Nah man, that's possible, and it looks good. It especially looks good up against this color scheme too. And on that, I love all of these new additions of gold. They pop up against the black, the orange, and the silver really, really nicely. Those subtle hints are so sensational. Oh, and don't forget, this mock has leg articulation, which the original Bulk didn't really have. So yeah, everything about this set just rocks. The pieces are good, the character design's great, and you can build your own version and make it awesome. I really do hope we get more 2-packs like this in the future, whether that's with system sets or construction sets. Either one sounds good to me. Also, if you enjoyed the mocks that you saw in today's episode, be sure to check the links in the description and see more from those talented builders. Oh, and one quick thing, while I was doing this review, a tragedy occurred. The axle inside Vapor's mask broke off, and now this mask is broken. After years of waiting to buy this set, I now have to replace these pieces. Rest in peace, Vapor Mask. I knew you for literally 20 seconds, and now you're gone.